Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. It's an engaging and enlightening talk show on life, relationships, and the business of life. Grab a cup of juice and just chill. Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. Live life. Live fully.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
Good to have you. Good to have you once again. This is Omobola Stephen, the also Life Well Lived by Omobola Stephen. On this show, we focus on personal development and self-improvement topics with the occasion of expert and professionals who have the right information, disruptive in nature, that is going to transform your life 360 degrees, moving you from where you are to where you need to be. Also, I need to reiterate that personal development is a lifelong process that we must need to embrace in order to move from where we are to where we need to be. Today, we'll be talking about living a life free of restrictive dieting to aging, with also gratitude for what our bodies are capable of doing. Now, I have an expert on the show who's going to be shredding this topic to pieces. I have right here Lavin, who is an author, a body love educator, a personal trainer, and also a health coach with me. Hi, Rachel. Good to have you.
Hi, how are you today?
Good to have you once again. I'm looking forward to a great time. Now, we're talking about body love. Now, it's something very interesting to the women folks out there. We will be talking more about how we can really truly love our body. The question I'd like to ask you is, loving our body or body love, is it really realistic? And also, why would a person decide if they are not going to love their body?
Those are both very good questions. And yes, it is realistic that we can love our body. But I think because, especially as women, we are almost brought into this world with this idea that our body will never be perfect. Our body will never be what we think it should be. So it's like a lifelong challenge to get there. And so when I work with women, I really try to kind of unravel and help them unpack all those old thoughts and old traumas that have led us to live this life that our bodies are not okay. And I think that if you're open and you are willing to do the work, you can definitely love yourself and love your body.
All right. So loving ourselves and loving our body. Any effect of love, right? Talking about self-love or loving our body. Is there any effects of love on our brain and body? Because I know that you have experiences in this regard to share with my audience. Can you do so?
It is a very personal journey for me and a very personal topic. I mean, I spent the first half of my life feeling like that, like my body was not good enough, that I would never be, acceptable in society, that even being a woman in the fitness industry, I didn't have the right body to be a fitness professional. And it just, kept compounding and compounding. And it just made me feel like my confidence, my self-esteem, what I felt like I deserved. And when I turned 40 years old, I was like, you know what? Enough is enough of this. I want to spend the rest of my life being happy. I want to spend the rest of my life being joyful and appreciating what my body can do. So like we mentioned earlier, I had to kind of sit with myself for a little while and just figure out, why did I feel this way? Why was I perpetuating all these myths and stereotypes? And realize that a lot of it was something that was self-induced. I was doing this to myself. I was saying horrible things to myself, thinking horrible things to myself, and self-sabotaging myself. So at 40, I chose to take my power back and say, like I said, enough is enough, and be the best version of myself for as long as I could be.
Oh, really? Rachel, why do you have to wait till you're 40 before you realize this? Is there something about 40 that we are missing?
I don't know, but it is kind of like a turning point for women. When I talk to other women, I find that is true. I think that the older we get, the wiser we get, and the more life experience we have. But what I am trying to do is reach women and children much earlier so they don't have to go through all of that, their whole life of feeling they're not good enough because they are. So that's why the work I do, I love it. And I work with women of all ages. So it's wonderful.
Oh, really? Now, is there any mindset? I'm now talking about building a successful mindset for loving our body, or what is a successful mindset for loving our body? Because I think that mindset also plays a role in every step of the way.
It sure does. I agree with you 100%. That's what I was, mentioning earlier. A lot of the things that I was believing about myself, it was because I was telling myself these things. You're not good enough. Your body is not acceptable. Your body is not lovable. I mean, just the thoughts we have. And if you're creating a belief system on those thoughts, you're not going to have a happy life. You're not going to feel like you deserve anything. So I really had to be conscious about shifting those thoughts from hate to love. I mean, that's really as simple as it can be. And telling myself every single day until I believed it, you are good enough. You are beautiful. Your body is fine just the way it is. So it took some time. I'm not going to lie to your listeners. It took some time. It took some effort on my part. But the more I exuded that self-love, I received that love not only from myself, but from people in my life. And I think the more positive you put out there, of course, that's what you're going to get back, and vice versa. If you're only putting out negativity, that's what you're going to receive.
Thank you, Ricky, for that insight. Now, I'd like us to talk about body image and diet. Can frequent dieting, can it affect mental and physical health?
Oh, God, yes. I mean, the more we put that stress on our bodies of restriction or under eating, not giving ourselves the fuel and calories that we need to just do our daily activities, forget working out, just to get up out of bed and to go to work and to drive a car, you need calories, you need fuel. So women, and of course I understand men too, but women are always underfeeding themselves, are always working out too much. And so that takes a toll on your body as we age. So it's very important to kind of think about that. Like, what am I really doing to my body by not giving it the nutrients it needs? And I would love for people to start thinking in those terms, because we're all living to a much later age in life. We're all living into our 70s through 100 years old. Now, do you want to spend that time in and out of the hospital, in and out of the doctor, or do you want to go play pickleball when you're 85? Like, you have to think about what I'm doing to my body now is going to affect me in the long term.
Right. So the question is, just buttressing what you said, can we tweak our nutrition based on our age?
Yes, I guess. But what I would be more apt to tell your listeners is that it's better to figure out what foods work best for you. And then also kind of be open to understanding that our bodies change throughout the years. So if you have literally lived on broccoli and chicken and, let's just say, apples your whole life, and then you turn 50, and those foods aren't agreeing with you, or you don't like them anymore, like, it's okay. Now you just kind of need to figure out what foods are going to work for you now, and just be open to that is going to change. So as far as nutrition for your age, you just kind of have to know yourself and pay attention to your body.
Right, absolutely. Now, once again, if diet isn't working, right, and what could be wrong?
Ask me that one more time.
If diet is not working for us, for a person, is there something wrong somewhere? I'd like you to share your personal experience or any experience of any of your clients.
Okay. Well, for me personally, I could never stay on a restrictive diet for too long because, again, I was not getting the correct nutrients. I was not eating enough for my activity level. So my body would just literally respond by not doing anything. Like losing weight, I would plateau. I would feel very cranky. I would get tired easily, not feel rested. So all of those things I had to understand and pay attention that comes from your diet, your energy, your mood, how you are able to move through life. So that's why my 3 pillars of fitness: you got to nourish your body, you got to move your body, and you got to rest your body. Those things play a very distinct role in how our bodies, gain, don't gain weight. So I think that is the bigger picture, as opposed to being on any kind of diet.
Rachel, your new book is out. Now I know that it's making me aware about diet. Tell me a bit about it. What are the important takeaways?
Well, my book is really important for me to kind of make my reader feel like they were just sitting across the couch from me. We were talking and they were able to cry, laugh, but more importantly, that they know that they're not alone. I wrote my book based on my own experience of everything that I went through, and then how we spoke about how I decided to change my mindset and how I'm continuing on that journey. And I want to be clear that I don't have it all figured out. I am still learning. But for me, what the beautiful part of this whole thing is that for myself, I can get through a day, a week, without even thinking about my body, which is amazing. And then the second thing, which is so special to me, is that I am helping other women, because I know when I was in that, I felt so alone. And I really don't want that for women. I want them to know they're not alone.
Thank you once again, Rachel, for that. Any projects you have in the pipeline you'd like to share?
Right now, I am working on speaking engagements at conferences. I also have an online program that is available if you want to work with me, and we just kind of dive right in and figure out what's going on. But I also do one-on-one coaching. So if you don't feel comfortable in front of other people and you just want to work with me one-on-one, please reach out to me. I love talking about this. I love helping people. So whatever your needs are, I feel like we can help each other.
All right. So you like to share your social media and also your website?
Okay. Yeah, Rachel Lavin Wellness is my website, and also my social media handles. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. My book is available on Amazon.com. It's called The Doughnut Diaries.
Right. Rachel, do you like to leave a parting word for my audience?
Of course. I would just like to say that I know I keep repeating myself, but it's true. You're not alone. And if you can say one nice thing to yourself today, you're starting the path to loving yourself. Just say one nice thing. It can be about anything, but I wouldn't think it, I would say it out loud. And then even if that feels scary, if you can just say it to yourself for 1 week and see the difference.
Oh, absolutely. In other words, positive affirmations is the way to go.
Yes.
Yes. I wish you best of luck once again in your project. Rachel, Lavin, thank you for your time on the show. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on today's topic. We've been discussing such an interesting topic, talking about body love. I really appreciate your thoughts once again. I wish you best of luck once again in your project. Now, if you'd like to catch up with any missed episodes of Life Well Lived, you can catch up on any cost promotion and distribution platforms you bump into online, and do have an amazing time. I need you to stay safe always. I talk to you soon. Stay safe. Bye for now.